Hey there, gang. It is time for another comic book unboxing video. You know the deal by now. I have been given this box of books to grade so that they can be sold on eBay, but I have no idea what is actually in this box, so it's always as much a surprise and a delight for me as it is for you. So if you like comic books, stick around. We're going to have some fun. Hey there, buddy. Welcome to Shanghalla. My name is Duke, and this is an unboxing video. And so, yeah, now I lied a little bit at the outset. We're going to go through about 3/4 of this box in this video, and I truly do not know what is in that part of the box, but the last quarter, the stuff down around Dracula's ankles there, Dracula and Leatherface, a couple of two new Migos that I have recently acquired. The stuff down there at the bottom, those are all original EC comics from the 1950s. So if that's your bag, come back tomorrow. We'll be unboxing those at that time. But we're going to go through the rest today, see what we've got. So please do like, share, subscribe, comment away, do all of the groovy things. And stick around to the end of the video for your secret code word so that you can enter the great 1,000 subscriber giveaway contest that I'll be having, you guessed it, when I reach 1,000 subscribers. I'll be giving away a box of comics, a mystery box of my own, and the issue numbers will add up to 1,000. So I don't know how many books you're going to get. I'll see how many #1 books I've got in my stash. I've got a couple of boxes of duplicates and things like that. So it's not going to be any one book of any great value, I'm afraid, but it will be just a gesture, a thank you, a broad array of different kinds of things the comic book collecting hobby has to offer. But anyway, let's go ahead and get right to it, see what's in this box. And we're going to start out with, well, this is kind of a treat. I think this is kind of neat. Dudley Do-Right, #1 from Charlton. So this would be what, late 60s, early 70s vintage on this? Well, 15 cents, early 70s then. I can't remember what Dudley Do-Right's catchphrase was. Did he have one? I remember savoir faire. Savoir faire is everywhere. But I can't remember what Dudley said. Well, we know what Polly said. Help, help. That was pretty much all she ever had to say. Hey, this is pretty neat, too. Look at this. A showcase issue. Showcase with Enemy Ace. Wouldn't it have been cool if Enemy Ace had graduated into his own title? He was the star for a while of one of the DC War books. I forget which one. You can remind me down in the comments if you know it off the top of your topper. But cool. Cool, cool, cool. World's Finest Comics, #122. Very nice. Showcase presents Tommy Tomorrow, and I think this was not original. I think this was a reprint of different Tommy Tomorrow backup stories from Action Comics. I'll have to double check on that, but I'm pretty sure that's what that was. Here's where the Spectre got a shot at Silver Age fame, Golden Age character, and he did actually, unlike Tommy or any of the other characters there from the middle to latter part of the showcase, he did graduate into his own title, although it didn't last very long. Here's another one that did also get their short-lived title, The Inferior Five. That is showcase #62. GI Combat. Nice cover there. #100. Wow. That's cool. Blazing 100th issue. That's about as much as they would do back then to celebrate an anniversary issue like that. Today, this would get about 100 different covers. And, well, you know how it goes. Here's #104. Very nice. Featuring the Haunted Tank. 109, 107, nice little run, 112, Star Spangled War Stories, 102, and this has got G.I. Robot in it, who later on, although I think it was a different G.I. Robot, would join the Creature Commandos. Justice League of America #64, that is the kind of sort of the first appearance of the Red Tornado. Of course, the original Red Tornado was Ma Hunkel from the, what was it, Scribbly? The Scribbly strip? It was an old lady who put a bucket over her head and pretended to be a superhero. I don't know why they didn't bring that back for the Silver Age, but they rebooted the Red Tornado as the android as we know him today. Let's see what's next. This is looking like it's going to be an all Silver Age DC. unbox. And this is cool for a couple of reasons. Of course, go-go checks. Always love the go-go checks. Always like a nice Kurt Swan cover, especially when he does like a crowd of people. He would do a crowd pretty well. And I'm into the whole DC Silver Age Superman, Superboy stuff, especially when they have the Legion, such as this. This was the 5 Legion Traitors. Spoiler warning, they were from a different reality where they were actually evil. And you knew they were from a different reality because Smallville was spelled with 1 L instead of 2. I guess 2 L's are considered evil, which is weird because Lex Luthor has 2 L's. But so does Lois Lane, so who's to say? But that is still pretty cool. And there's been a lot of speculation that, was this Legion from the 30th century of Earth 3? And I know a lot of fans say yes. I say yes. A lot of people say maybe not. Here is Adventure Comics 379. That is the penultimate issue of the Legion's run in Adventure Comics. Their series ran from issue 300 to 380. Here is 378. Very nice. This was a spotlight for Chameleon Boy, where he falls in love with a girl from another dimension. 376. 374, a rare outing of Supergirl with the Legion. This is 372. This is the issue where Timberwolf, who had originally appeared as a lone wolf many years earlier, like 4 or 5, I think, he joins the Legion. It's also the first appearance of Chemical King, who also joins the Legion. And we see Tarek the Mute and the Legion Academy for the first time. So there you go. This is an odd little story. This was a fill-in issue. They must have been having some deadlines or something. And so they took an old Superboy story and they, oh, actually, I take that back. The first part of this issue is the second part of the Legion Academy story. But the backup story is, here we go. So it's an old, well, not super old, but an old Superboy story. I forget exactly what issue number it comes from, but where he runs off to go join this group, they add in a couple panels of the Legion. So those 2 panels are not obviously in the original story. They added them just to make it kind of Legion-y enough that they could then do the cover. For some reason, they didn't want to do the cover for the first half, or who can say? Who can say? But anyway, it's nice. Neil Adams was doing a lot of the covers for the Legion series about this time. Adventure Comics 365, that is the first appearance of Shadowlass, who would join the Legion. 359, this is the epic Legion of Super Outlaws story. This is a classic story you should definitely read. 358, and that's also a 2-parter, but it was 2 full issues, so they didn't give the cover spot to one of the parts to a sort of Superboy story, or I should say a sort of Legion story, an actual Superboy story. So this is not Kraven the Hunter. This is just the Hunter, who would later be revealed to be the brother of Jungle King. Is that right? Am I remembering correctly? It's been like 20 or 30 years since I've read some of these issues. That's cool. Now we're switching over to Action Comics 374, 371. Good stuff. 372. 368. Oh no! Superman has become the leper from Krypton. That cat's plenty scared. And here we go. The Legion of Superman. What do you think of that? Hey, look at this. This is cool. This is the first appearance of the Parasite. Very nice. Action Comics number 340. Extra double-page pinup of Superman. This month, all of the DC books, or most of the DC books, had a double-page pinup in the middle, and you always want to check and make sure it's there, because a lot of kids, well, there it is. I don't know how much of that I can actually get on screen. But a lot of kids rip them out of the book to, posters to hang in their bedroom walls or in their lockers. Oh, cool, we got 2. Now let's check this one as well. And there's another one of those first Red Tornado appearances. Or first appearance of the Android Red Tornado. Let's check this one. Yep, this one has the poster. So you always want to check those. And they all, I believe, have this black box up here by the logo, so you can identify them pretty quickly. You see that little extra double-page pinup of whatever the character's name is. You always want to check. Make sure that is in there. All right, get these out of the way. And we will move on to the next box. Some more Superman stuff. See, I love this stuff. Now, this video won't get as many views if I throw up a DC bullet in the, well, actually, I won't. I won't, because the two-part box, the first part, will use the Amigo characters for the thumbnail. But just by saying it's a DC video, it'll get maybe 3/4 the views as a Marvel video would. The Marvel videos get much better views. Oh, look, we were just talking about, I almost passed it by as I was getting chatty. They actually did a story about why everybody in Superman's life seemed to have the initials LL. Yeah, because some kid wrote in and said, hey, did you ever wonder? A complete 3-part novel. Does that mean 3 consecutive issues? No, all 3 parts are in this issue. Isn't that crazy? The age when you could actually pick up a comic book and get a complete story in that issue. Far out. The Thing from 40,000 AD. Now, the DC editors, you think, would have been hip enough to know that that should have been The Thing from AD 40,000. The AD stands for Anno Domini, in the dominion of, and it goes before the date. So you would have 40,000 BC, which is before Christ, as you would believe. And AD is not after death, it's Anno Domini. So it would be 40,000 BC, and then it would be AD 40,000. There's a building in a hotel in downtown Portland, down in the Old Port section. I forget which hotel it is, what brand, but it has big, stone carving up at the top of it. Letters as tall as I am. That say, and I forget the exact date, but it's like 1992 or something like that, AD. And every time I see it, I will tell anybody who happens to be standing next to me on the street there why that's wrong. And you know, you would be amazed how few of them actually care. But that's me, my my anal retentive fanboy brain. So anyway, Kurt Swan could draw some lovely ladies. You gotta like that. Here's another one of those classic Under a Red Sun issues. This is nice. A nice Wayne Boring cover here with the Toyman. The original Toyman, not the one with the goofy jester costume. 365. And here you have all the LLs. Lori Lemaris, Lana Lang, Lois Lane, Linda Lee. Here's a second appearance. I believe it's a second appearance of Parasite. There's a nice cover. Superman's feeling guilty about something. Oh no, the Kryptonite Rumble. The skulls. Not the Sharks and the Jets, but the skulls with their kryptonite. Here's past, present, and future of Superman. An imaginary story. But aren't they all? 322. Oh, here, we talked about, is this Zim and Zor? Zam and Zor? There were a couple of Kryptonian juvenile delinquents that plagued Superman for a couple of issues, but apparently they never really caught on. Here's the death of Lex Luthor. Don't worry, he got better. And Superman, the many faces of Superman. Fantastic. Superboy goes ape. I don't think that's Titano, though. I think that's a different ape. Here's oops, I guess these are all upside down. Let's do the flip. It's got a cool amalgam of costumes here. Superman and the Flash. This vault to be opened only in the event of my death. Well, it looks like we'll be opening it pretty soon. Classic trope. Superman v Clark Kent. It's kind of a freaky cover, especially if you don't know what it is here that Superman is wearing. Jimmy Olsen. Gotta love you some Jimmy Olsen. Nice. Superboy. Not any real key issues here other than that Parasite that I'm seeing. Seems to be mostly kind of run-of-the-mill issues, but I even enjoy the run-of-the-mill Silver Age Superman or Superboy issue. 23 Skidoo is kind of the only saying there that I've ever heard of. I guess all of these would have been popular sayings in the 1920s. That's obviously Ma Pa Kent. Superboy, I guess, has gone back in time, or they've de-aged. Not sure which. I don't think I've ever actually read that one. That's one I want for myself. Here, we just saw that one. Blind Superboy. Super Baby. Gotta love some Super Baby. There's the ape cover again. Ooh, Adventures into the Unknown, number 17. From ACG, American Comics Group. And that was a company that was owned or co-owned by Harry. Of course, Harry Donenfeld was the owner of DC Comics. And it was his ex-son-in-law who ran ACG. And Donenfeld owned a piece of ACG as well. Animal Antics. And I think, I'm trying to remember the name. I'm going to take a shot. I think it's Ben Sangor. Is that his name? Animal Antics. Movie Towns Animal Antics. But I don't think any of these characters were from the movies. I think they were all original to DC. Either that or they might have been Columbia Pictures, quote-unquote, stars. This is freaky. The raccoons eating the turkey, which, I mean, anthropomorphic. I mean, it's not cannibalism. A turkey is different than a raccoon, but still, if that turkey was sentient, or maybe it was like a Pluto turkey. I don't know. Yanks in Battle. We just saw this in a recent box, a couple of boxes ago. We saw this. That's a Quality Comics Group issue. All right, let's see what we got here. A Lev Gleason issue, Crime Does Not Pay, number 68. That's another one I remember that we saw not too long ago. It's funny, you always seem to get the same issues popping up again and again. And in large part, that's because way back in the day, comic books, it wasn't as steady as it is these days. Where you have your circulation, and if you drop off 2% each month, you're doing okay comparatively. But back in the day, comic books would have higher sales in the summer and lower sales in the winter. And they would go up and down like a yo-yo all year long. 17, the Buccaneers from Quality Comics. That's nice. Not great condition, but that's pretty cool. I would love to have a pirate book today. I would buy a pirate book. I think the last pirate book I can remember was Alcazador, which I think was cross-gen. Is that right? But I could go for a good pirate book. A little tired of superheroes. Hey, Captain Marvel. Captain Marvel Adventures number 108. Spine's a little rough. I've told you before, though, that Captain Marvel books for us on eBay don't do anywhere near as well as they should do. I might suggest that we try and do this on Whatnot. Probably within our, I think our application has finally been approved. Took a while. The first one got lost in the ether somehow. And then the second one we had to, again, go, jumping through hoops and whatever to get it all approved and taken care of. Nothing on our end. They're just, I think, getting overwhelmed with signups because they're a new company. But Whatnot is a place for live auctions. And I think we'll be, within the next week or so, we will be set up on a Whatnot. Come see us there. Blondie Comics. There you go. Very nice. I don't know what issue number that is. Should we look and see? An original Dagwood golfing story. Oh my goodness. So it wasn't just comic strip reprints. I want to try and handle this fairly carefully. We got a little bit of a bend there on the cover. There we go. Oh wow. It's actually number 7 from 1948. That's cool. If you've never seen them, and there are about 30 movies in this series, but the Blondie movies with, I want to say it was Gene Stapleton as Blondie, and the guy who played Dagwood, God, he was great. What was his name? There used to be on Channel 2 here in Maine, WLBZ, they had the Great Money Movie in the afternoons. They'd always play old public domain movies, and they used to play the Blondie movies. Because there were like 30 of them, they would play them pretty incessantly, and I can still remember the theme song. I'm not going to sing it for you now because you definitely don't want me to sing, but just go to Google and, not Google, go to YouTube. Well, you're on YouTube right now, aren't you? So I'm a little out of sorts here this afternoon. Once you finish this video, search for Blondie theme song, and that'll be fun for you. We're just going to move on. Hey, some groovy fishnets. You got to like that. Dressing room for what? What is she? Oh, I guess it's a movie set. I don't know why she needs to be in fishnets, though. But look at that. That's not the road to stardom. Well, for a lot of people it was. Just ask Harvey. Girls Love Stories, number 176. Hey, look at this. Buffalo Bill Jr. This is actually an issue of 4-color, number 560, according to this. 4-color plus, oh, double. Double spelled D-U-B-B-L-E. Well, they didn't have enough room to spell it correctly, I guess, so. Double covers. Actually, they did it twice. It says double here, too. So, yeah, that must have 2 covers there. Huh, neat. You see that sometimes. Books would come off the press having somehow garnered double covers. I once saw a triple cover, so that was kind of cool. But unfortunately what happens is that when a book has a double cover, a lot of times, because, you know, the outer cover, and they're usually books of this vintage, you know, Silver Age anyway, sometimes into the Bronze Age, but the outer cover will pick up all the wear, and so somebody, to try and sell it, will rip off the outer cover, which, you know, you can do, and then you know, it looks like what was maybe a fine book suddenly looks like a near mint book because that inner outer cover was protected to a certain degree. So anyway, the books with double covers became more rare over time as that happened. So there's Action 346, Action 344. Oh, look at this, Alan Funt, Candid Camera. That's how big Candid Camera was in its day, that it even appeared in the comic books. 345. Here's a Superboy issue. I don't know which one the stamp is covering up the issue number. This is a key. This is Superboy number 93, and this is considered the 10th appearance of the Legion of Superheroes, although all that really appears is Chameleon Boy. The other Legion members might appear in like a panel or something like that. And actually, Chameleon Boy doesn't appear all that much himself because he spends most of the story in disguise, helping Superboy to protect his secret identity. He poses as, I can't remember if he poses as Superboy or as Clark or both. Again, long time since I've read this. But it's just kind of funny, even though it only features one Legionnaire, it's considered a Legion appearance, although there are some that are not. And it's just kind of weird. Who decided that? This is a Legion appearance as well. If I recall correctly, the Legion, some of the members lend Superman his powers when this Aryan Superman steals him away. Superman 214. It's the very end of the Silver Age here. It's another one with the LLs. The Fat Superman. Wow. It's a pretty short skirt that chick's wearing. I wouldn't call that business attire, but that's just me. And that looks like it's Perry White. Don't know if it's supposed to be. We've seen this issue already. Boom, boom. Here we are celebrating Superman behind bars because he lost his powers. That was number 160. One more quick stack here. Actually, there's one more tiny stack after this one. So there is Jimmy Olsen inventing the secret of silver kryptonite. Oh no, poor Flash. He's got a busted ankle. He'll never run again. Run, Barry, run. Here's a cripple guy. Pretty pissed off. Pissed off about it. It's a Flash giant size issue. Another giant size. Oh no, that's just a regular size. Never mind. This is neat. Green Lantern, Green Arrow. So when Green Lantern got canceled, Denny O'Neil and Neil Adams still had a couple issues in the can. So they cut them up, put them in the back of Flash. So I believe this is a Neil Adams Green Lantern, Green Arrow story in the back of that issue. and this one as well. And by this point, where it's Green Lantern solo starring, once they had used up that inventory, they just had Green Lantern because his title was canceled, so they gave him a backup in the Flash. Here he is from back when he had his own title. Somebody has scribbled on it in pencil and red ink. That's no good. Captain Incredible. That's fun. That's fun. Right around this time, there were a couple of TV shows, short-lived, like one season. They tried to take advantage of the Batman craze. One of them was it Mr. Nice or Captain Nice? Something like that. And it starred, oh God, I'm blanking on his name too. He played John Adams in 1776, and he was the principal in Boy Meets World. What was his name? God, I'm getting old. Can't remember anything. All right, well, I guess it's a good thing then we've come to the last stack, which is just a couple of issues here. 339, Action Comics. And here's another popular trope where Superman has survived the destruction of the world, and usually it's come about at his own hands. So there you go. That's that. That's that. All that's in that box. Here's a quick little preview of what's coming tomorrow. It'll be an all EC unboxing. So that'll be fun. Come back for that. But until then, well, actually, I almost forgot the code word. You stuck with me all this time, hoping to get a code word so you could enter the contest, and I almost blew right past it. All right, have we done Super Booger yet? I don't think we have. Maybe we have. Yeah, why not? Let's go with Super Booger. We may already have done Super Booger in a recent video, but hey, you can never have enough Super Boogers. So, Super Booger, that's the code word. Tomorrow's the EC Comics. And until then, goodbye, good luck, and please do be good to each other.